everyone, it's Rachel Scarlett, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you my Camp NaNoWriMo story Bible. So first things first, the other day I posted a video, just a quick of me flipping through the pages, and a lot of people responded, and so here's the video that I promised everyone. So basically, let me get into first what a story Bible is. So story Bible is where you keep, for each individual story project, you keep like your outline, your characters, your world building, everything you need specifically for that project. So in the past, I've done a writing notebook tour and tutorial, and that's a little bit different. That's more of your overall writing career or writing hobby, whereas this is very more specific. So I will be later in the video showing you guys the tour of this, and also the Notion template for it. But first I wanted to show you my first story Bibles that I made and how everything's progressed over time. So the first one here is for my second novel. So my first novel, I did not plot at all, and it took me 2 years to write it. And I got this idea, I don't know, to just start plotting and just do, I just started to do a scene-by-scene outline. That's what I did. And, yeah, I wrote this book in 10 days. So it was a lot different. So this is actually the manuscript all printed up and edited. At least I think it is. It's been a while. So I have a little book cover I made. And here is the scene-by-scene outline. So I would just say, you know, the chapter, time period, and the POV, and that's just kind of how I did it. So that's the outline there, and then here is how basic my character sheets were. They were very basic at the start. That's another character. So I mean, things were really simplified and just kind of, I don't know, died down. But yeah, this one's very small compared to my other ones I have. Then I believe this is for my fourth and fifth. I did make one for my third one, but I got rid of it, and it was pretty small, and I barely plotted that one, so that one took a long time. And this one is for my, my fourth and fifth books I wrote. So I had a lot of fun with this one. And you can still see my word count tracker progress, and this was from like 3-4 years ago. So it's been a while. Obviously, so I still did the scene-by-scene outline. I didn't have a template for this. I just wrote it up as I went along. So, I mean, I was using no templates up until this current book I'm working on. I had a character template that I'd copy and paste, but it was pretty basic. So I added a little bit more. Oh no, wrong novel. This one, and then like I have a space for research in this one and settings and stuff. And okay, this is the one that has the most research just because it's based on a historical event. So again, have my outline. The character profiles, this is the one that has a little bit more in depth. I added a lot more to my template, and I started doing character interviews. And then all the research that I had collected over doing this. And this one I actually wrote in 5 days. This is my quickest novel I've ever written. And then I also have one that I actually haven't written yet. I plotted this one back in 2015, but then I got sick, so I didn't even write this. So this one, it's kind of smaller than the other ones, but I mean, it's all there. I just haven't written. Okay, so let's get into the one you guys are here to see. So, since this one's a lot thicker than my other ones, so I'm just gonna show it down here. So I always start off in my template. I have the title, my name, and then I have the table of contents. Because this is separated into, I think, 10? So I have front matter, brainstorming, plotting, characters, world building, research, writing tips, editing, publishing and marketing, and then MISC. So obviously right now I have nothing I don't even have anything in the writing tips for this one, but editing and publishing marketing. So even when I'm in those stages of my writing, I can still add stuff to it in the back. It's, of course, empty at the moment. So the first thing I have is my contract that I signed. So if you guys follow me on Twitter, you know that I signed the contract. If I do not get this novel written by the end of Camp NaNoWriMo, I have to eat macaroni and cheese with caramel dressing. And those are two of my foods I hate. So I have organizational system. So I think I've gotten into this in my writing notebook a little bit more. And I can show you more of that on the Notion on the computer. Writing routines to print it up. I pulled a lot from Jessica Brody's productivity writing course, which I'll link down below. So a lot of her tips are in those routines here. What this is my thematic words. So this is just a little table that you can actually use in Notion, and I just write the words that I want to use a lot in the novel, so they're very genre specific. Okay, so that's the front matter section. Now here's the brainstorming. So I have my book core template. So word count, goal, tagline, what's the genre, what's the subgenre, you know, working out all those little details. One-liner, basic synopsis, point of views, core theme, protagonist, and you'll see all of this in the template. And then here's the brainstorm bullet points. So this is when I just start listening to a lot of music, doing my Pinterest board, and I just start brainstorming the heck out of it. And this is all just all my ideas, sorted by characters, plot ideas, scene ideas, subplots, and I do a little check mark at them, and I just cross it off when I have added it to, like, the main outline and stuff. Okay, and now we're on to the plotting section. So this is the series synopsis here. And by the way, a quick little note, you don't have to use every single thing in the template. So like for this book, I copied my own template, and I even cut out a lot of stuff that wasn't really specific for my novel or my project. You know, I added a ton of content on there for people who want to be super detailed, but if you don't want to be super detailed, you just have to delete it. I mean, I do it that way. Here we have my 3-act structure. Now, as you noticed before, I didn't do that beforehand, but I tried it out with this novel, and I actually really enjoyed it. And then here is the scene-by-scene outline. So what you have here is you have the chapter title, the tense, the time, the day, the locations, and then I have it cut down by scenes. And so I just kind of tell just what happens in every scene. I know this method isn't for everyone because I'm going to have to skip over it quite a bit because it's a lot. It came out to like 10,000 or some words. Crazy. And then now we're on to characters. So I make like a character Rolex of the table block in Notion. And I just it's just a glance of just all the characters in the books. Now, obviously, you know, people who are unnamed or stuff, they don't get added in there because they're not really that interesting. Here's my main character's profile. Now, of course, you can cut and choose what you need. I even had like a character dictionary, and I cut that out because I was on a time crunch. Okay. This is another character, don't worry. This is all not for one character. And then I have even like some major minor characters, so I give them just a little section here. Okay. And then I have like point of view practice sheets, so it kind of helped me determine what point of view I wanted to do. Okay, now here's my world building. Now I will say in the template, the world building template is gigantic. I worked so much on it because for like some fantasy projects, like this one project I'm working on, it is taking me forever, but I want it extremely detailed because the series is so large. For this, I didn't even use the template. I just simplified it as I've had in my other story Bibles, just because it didn't need that much world building. And then here's the research. So I saved them on the web clipper in Notion and then just printed them via the export PDF option. So there's all of that. And of course, that is it, because the rest is all blank. So now I will be showing you guys the Notion template. So yeah, this is my printed story Bible. So this is Notion.so. So if you watched my writing notebook tour and tutorial, you'll kind of get how this works. So basically, quickly how I'll explain it is Notion consists of blocks. So you can move things around however you want it. So, and you can add so many different elements, but it's very simple to use. I mean, I didn't have to watch any tutorials or anything, but there are some online. But that's basically the gist of how it works, is a block system. So this is an overview of the Story Bible template. I just called it the Writing Project template because the Story Bible is actually in here, but just over here is just kind of like a dashboard. So you have your aesthetic story images here. You have the status of your novel or short story or whatever. You could put a book cover here, and then here's some like quick shortcuts. So you can actually do the @ symbol and actually link to some other pages if you have a lot in your story Bible and you just want some to access very quickly. So, you won't be seeing the sidebar when you click on the link. Instead, there's going to be a duplicate button up here. And this is a new feature, and I'm so glad it came out just in time. And you're going to want to hit duplicate to add it to your own Notion so you don't have to copy or paste anything. So let's get into the Story Bible. So you've got the front matter here. So there actually, there won't be a few things right in here actually. Like this is going to have to be removed because this links to a page that you want to have access to. But you have your thematic words. So, so here's series specific, book specific, etc. I'll just go to the most important things. So like you project plans. So you can actually put a calendar in Notion. So you can manage your project there and be productive. Word count tracker, reward sheet. You can even add Spotify playlist in here. So there's actually a Spotify playlist in that page. Inspiration board. So you can add your own images and kind of make a Pinterest-like thing. If you wanted to add more specific content to your story Bible, like special pages you needed just for that project, that's for that. Brainstorming, so I got the book core in here. So, and remember, you can organize it however you want. You can move that there, etc., etc. So there's a lot to fill out there. If you plan on self-publishing, that's for you. You can, add your own notebook scans. If you wrote a lot on your notebook, you can scan it there. So there's a couple different ways that you can use the plotting. So series template, obviously, I showed you my 3-act structure that you can do. Index card plot scan. So if you plot with index cards, physical index cards, you can actually just take pictures of them and upload them here. A beat sheet. So you can upload a beat sheet there. It's just blank, but you just enter it via PDF or even Google Docs. A chapter by chapter logline if that's how you want to plot it. If you want to get super specific, now I didn't do this for the story Bible I showed you, but I plan on using it. Now this is where it gets a little, really detailed crazy, where you really go into detail over each scene. Yeah, it might be a little too much, but I just wanted to have everyone to have the options if they wanted to do something like that. Characters, so main character template. if it will load, because it's a large file. I don't think it's going to load. There it is. Okay. Oh, and just a quick note, you can change the icons and the covers. I mean, you can change however you want it, really. So, I mean, it has quite a lot. You can even do journal entries and stuff. So I don't actually have like a tree system. I just plan on importing or whatever from Scapple, or maybe you could actually embed your mind map from your own mind map software that you can do that. Okay, the world building. Now this one is it's a large file. Okay, there's a lot to go over, and feel free to delete whatever you want because it's overwhelming. Like, I will admit that it is very overwhelming. So you have the general overview. And I have my own like prompt questions on some of these things. That's pretty small compared. Environment, flora and fauna. You got all these different questions for the flora and fauna. And you can add your own questions if I didn't cover enough for you, but I'd say it's pretty well covered. So there's a lot, and I won't be going into all of them because there's a lot. Research. Okay. So like, here's just a basic list of, things you might need to research. Interview templates. Yeah, I didn't personalize it because that's for you to do. So research blog post. So I don't end up adding the bookmarks manually. Over in the corner here, you'll see I used the Notion web clipper, and you can just have the links just go right here. And it's not just the links too, it'll copy the text and some of the images and stuff over. And then writing tips. Okay, I do have some basic writing prompts, and you can add your more specific writing tips that you want to apply here. If you're writing a fantasy and you've never written fantasy before, you can add, blog post on how to write fantasy. Editing log. Editing notes. If you're self-publishing, hiring ideas. This again, a lot of this is for self-publishing because I was planning on self-publishing at the time. Maybe in the future I will add more to the template for traditional publishing, but as of now I haven't really added any. So you can even add your own, agent list that you want to, agency want to query to. So yeah, that we have come to the end here. So remember just to click, there will be a little duplicate button, or if not, you can email me and I'll try to figure it out. But that is the end of this tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching.